in this new paid media world where activation is completely automated, we've got AI smart bidding technology, we've got Performance Max and Advantage Plus and things like that. How do you actually win in performance marketing?
What those new tools and features do is help you activate quicker, right? So it unlocks a lot of time effectively. And I think what we've got to be careful of is not necessarily just, selling less time or having less time available. I think we need to reinvest that time into, more strategic thinking.
And we have new ways to win now. So as you say, as you automate with AI, you have more time to focus on strategy. You have more time to focus on the creative aspects. You have more time to focus on feeding these AI platforms the right data. And there's still so much to gain out there. One of the big worries I have is that in the new AI world, performance marketing is kind of treated like a bit of a on-off switch. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, and there's really no control that you have. But you still have so much control that you're able to leverage. Even within the AI tools, there's tweaks that you can make, such as feeding synthetic data, which we've been doing for some of our clients, which can really, really maximize performance.
It's about unlocking more time and more ability to dive into the insight and to actually understand, the nuances of performance or what's driving. So I think, quite often, I think one of the challenges that marketers have is that, they're looking at their channel, their platform metrics, and there isn't a good reason for why something is up or down, right? It's not within that data. It's sitting within the externalities. It's sitting within, macro environment data, or it can be caused by the weather, all of these kind of things that I think historically have been really difficult to diagnose, especially when you're sort of almost channel siloed. You're looking at one platform, but I suppose AI has the ability now to give you more time to be able to look wider than that, and B, surface those insights a lot faster.
Some of the elements that you might think with LLMs are now really easy to automate, such as ad copy. They've kind of become the things that you really don't want to automate as much, because they're the areas where consumers actually see what you're presenting to them, and they're the areas where you can differentiate. AI has kind of leveled the playing field, and if you're adding just a little bit of creativity, you can really stand out. And I've been seeing a metric recently, which is return on time. So CMOs internally, rather than looking at how effectively they're running their marketing, it's how efficiently they're running their marketing, which is a very, very different way of looking at things. Proven time and time again, if you focus on efficiency and efficiency only, whether it's through the use of AI or something else, eventually you stop growing because the quality gets lower and lower. How differentiated you are gets lower and lower, and suddenly you're a small player in the market and your performance is plateauing.
And do you think there's a risk of, because it's becoming so much easier to churn out this content, and you can do it in way less time than you used to be able to, do you think there's a problem of almost having too much, trying to put too much out there, almost testing too many variations?
When you're using LLMs to experiment, LLMs are really good at iterating on what's already happened. They're not very good at exploration. So you're very, very seldom coming up with brand new ideas. You're coming up with tried and tested ideas that have worked for everyone. So yeah, there's a huge danger in that. So we've had a good chat. What would you say the biggest takeaways are?
Brands and agencies should be embracing AI ultimately. I think we should be looking at driving efficiencies. I think we should be looking at, speeding up the work that we do. But the key thing is, any time saving, I don't think it should necessarily be seen as an automatic cost saving. I think you should look at, what else could you be doing on top? So more experimentation, more creativity, more channel testing, looking at the broader landscape to see what else you could potentially be doing. So I think that time needs to be reinvested if possible.